Good morning. Happy, what is it? Thursday? Yes, happy Thursday. Today we're going to be talking about we're going to continue with our expectations week, and today we're going to talk about our expectations for the world. Now when I say the world, I just mean the society at large, your country, like bigger communities that you feel part of, bigger than your church community, like big life picture. And I believe that the expectations that we have for the world and life need to be where we set the bar the highest. We're not going to talk about unrealistic, unidentified, blah, blah, blah. We're going to talk about setting really high bars. The expectations we set for the world should be the litmus test for the expectations we have for ourselves and the expectation we have for others. The bar should be high, it should be hard to reach, and it should take conscious effort. Because this is the stuff of legacies, man. This dictates the kinds of kids you're going to raise, what impression you're going to leave, what kind of leader you are, what influence you have on the 5 closest people in your life, and then the 5 closest people in their life, and then the 5 closest people in their life. It's a domino effect. And our actions and inactions are far-reaching, and many people don't want to take accountability for it. But not here. So today we're talking about managing the expectations we have for the world or for life. And I put that into air quotes because when we say that, it's like those principles are someone else's responsibility to uphold. But really, it's each and every one of our responsibilities to uphold the standards that we subscribe to. I like to think in terms of business, right? So when I was the manager of employee experience in corporate America, there was a lot of discussion about bringing the company's mission and vision and values to life with our employees. And that required employees to adopt those mission, vision, and values as their own, internalize them, and have that internalization dictate their behavior. So, we had to communicate them, and, there was just a whole process to that. And when I worked at Comcast, I'd always tell employees that people don't say they hate Comcast and they don't think of our CEO. They think of Joey or Jennifer who picked up the phone, didn't listen to them, didn't help them solve their problem. I would tell them, you are Comcast. It's not some random entity. It's the interaction they've had specifically with you. And it's the same principle when we come to our expectations about the world. This is your world. Your life is a reflection of your world. It's not happening out there. It's happening in here. Your life is a microcosm of the life that you expect in the world. It's a combination of all of our collective experiences. What you do and don't do, like I said before, have far-reaching effects. When you think about the virility of the internet, that's literally just a domino effect of people sharing and sharing and sharing, and that's just a reflection of the world, right? And now our ideas can catch fire like never before. So I love the quote, if you aim at nothing, you'll reach it every time. So you need to aim at something. It's in each and every one of our responsibilities to, when it comes to our expectations of the world, consider the 5 following things when we manage our expectations about the communities we serve, our societies, and the world at large that we belong to. So, 1. Identify the standards and expectations that you have. And these should be aspirational. These should be lofty. They should be big. If you hold negative expectations for your life, then you are going to submit to a life of disappointment. You're accepting disappointment as the standard. You'll be complacent and stuck. This is about your legacy. How do you want to be remembered by your family members, friends, co-workers, community? If you thought of one person from every single one of those categories speaking at your funeral, how would you want them to say you showed up? So things like, we are all created equal, or we all deserve love, or I treat everyone with love and respect. We're all born good. I see the good in everyone. If you work hard, you can be successful. Those beliefs lead to expectations about life that you are expecting people to be treated equally. You are expected everyone to be treated with love and respect. You are expecting to see the good in everyone and treat everyone as a fundamentally good person. You believe that everyone should have the opportunity to work hard and be successful. So when you think of all of those lofty, aspirational beliefs that you hold and expectations that you have for life, the second piece is to define them for yourself. So what does hard work and success mean? What does love and respect look like? What does equality mean to you? And that may sound like semantics, but if you haven't defined that for yourself, how in the world are you going to aim for it? How are you going to even know when you're successful? How are you going to know when you fail, right? So it's important that you understand what that looks like for you. So number 2, define them for yourself. Number 3, understand how you want to uphold those expectations for yourself in the world. So this is the walk the talk, right? If you describe success as financial stability and hard work as doing what it takes to get what you want, how are you walking the talk? Your personal, individual journey and story is your contribution to the world. How you live this life is your contribution to the world. Do you work hard and achieve the success that you want? Or do you make excuses and only believe that other people can work hard and achieve success? Your kids will see that. Your coworkers will see that. Are you raising your children to value hard work or resent it? Are you showing them that they are capable of hard work, or that hard work is really for other people and they should have it easy? So, how are you walking the talk? Number 3. Number 4, seek out perspectives different from your own to understand how your experience differs and how you contribute. And make sure that you are part of the solution, not part of the problem. Part of having aspirational expectations is that it's not going to be like that. Like, you're going to face constant disappointment and you are going to aspire to reach them over and over and over. And I always use this Macklemore quote, which is, whatever God you believe in, we all came from the same one. So whatever world you're living in, your world is full of all of us, every single person, me, that person across the street you don't know, like, all of these people are part of this world. So it's important for you to seek out different perspectives. So women and minorities don't have to work as hard to do this, right? We see the privileges that men and white people enjoy that we don't all the time. But we all have our blind spots, like, we all have an opportunity to seek out other perspectives and see how we contribute to those. So if this feels uncomfortable and like a lot of work, it should. Your place in the world should not be taken lightly. If you are holding the world and life to a standard and it only applies to you and people like you, you're saying that only people who like you deserve the high standards that you have. Your inaction will perpetuate this expectation, and in the world that only people like you deserve these high expectations. And like I said, the microcosm of your life will affect the 5 people around you, the 5 people around them, and you're perpetuating something much larger when you only look at life from your own perspective and only see it your way and believe that everything is working out in the way you believe, right? So ignorance is not an excuse. Find out, figure it out, Google it, read a book, go on YouTube, listen to a podcast, educate yourself on other people's perspective so you can understand how your actions contribute to the world. So seek out other perspectives, number 4. And number 5, finally, express and uphold your standards in every circle you belong to. This is the most important contribution, and the only way we'll even come close to meeting the high expectations that you should be setting for the society at large. Sharing how you feel online, voting in line with that, talking to your spouse and kids, talking to your family, to other coworkers, listening. That's the domino effect that changes the world, right? Not allowing comments and actions from other people go without checking, having uncomfortable conversations. So you are the world. What we do in our homes and communities are what makes up the world at large. So the way you live your life is a reflection of what's out there, and your expectations derive from your beliefs and dictate your behavior. So What are your deepest beliefs, and are you living up to or attempting to live up to those expectations? So we say we believe everyone is created equal, but leave the execution of these most fundamental and important ideals up to other people, the leaders. Guess what? You're a leader. You're a leader. It's up to you. I believe we should run towards our anger, our disappointments, our fear, and our ignorance, because the strongest steel is forged from the fires of hell, right? Go toward the discomfort and come out stronger every time. It's a choice that you have to make over and over. You won't make in the same way, because once you know better, you're going to do better. You won't take it lightly, because inaction is a choice, and you can make the world someone else's problem, but we really all have a part to play. And are you playing yours well? So I do want to add like a sixth thing, a pro tip on how to manage the expectations you have for the world. And I want to say accountability. So living up to these expectations is supposed to be challenging. It's exhausting to live up to these standards when you face constant disappointment. Women, minorities, you don't know what you don't know. We need safe spaces to be embarrassed and checked and challenged. And you weren't meant to do it alone. You're not supposed to do it alone. So accountability can look like friends or coworkers who are different, with different perspectives, who challenge you. It can look like an online mentor who educates you on different perspectives, makes you think differently about what you are looking at, and a coach. So my coach and I are in consistent communication, especially during this time. And she reminds me to rest. She challenges me to rise. And she's always championing me and celebrating me. And I'd love to do that with you. I work one-on-one with people to reach their highest potential in their relationships, communities, businesses, careers, and overall lives. And my 6-month one-on-one coaching program starting in July is now open for enrollment. I would love the opportunity to guide you on your journey to your best self, your highest potential, reach your highest expectations in your relationships, communities, and businesses, and live a life that reflects your values, that you feel confident about each and every day. Just imagine what January 2021 would look like if you showed up on your A game every single day. I'm offering 25% off during this season because I believe in the immeasurable strength that can derive from the adversity that we're facing right now. So if you're interested, and if that's you, grab your free session in the link below. Thank you so much for tuning into the Daily Huddle with me, Life Coach FranETN, where we work to live our very best lives and be our very best selves so we can have it all. Every week we pick a theme, and every day we discuss a topic in that theme. This week is expectations, so go ahead and go back and hear about what expectations are, where they came from, how to manage expectations for yourself, how to manage expectations in relationships, and tomorrow we're going to talk about how to manage other people's expectations for you. So give yourself an amazing day. I will see you here tomorrow.